Alright guys, welcome to the video that we're doing today on Fatal Core, the collectible card game. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into what exactly Fatal Core is. Fatal Core is an in-browser, so you can play on Firefox, Google Chrome, Edge, any kind of browser you use, completely free. So everything you do in-game is actually free, from buying packs, cosmetics, card backs. Anything is completely free. There's no charge for any of that. Trading card game. So there's no pay to win with that being completely free. The trading card game is essentially just like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone or Legends of Runeterra, where you build up a deck out of the cards you have and you play against other people, hence trading card game. It has instantaneous turns, which means each player plays a card at the exact same time. So if you play it first, you wait for the other person to play theirs, and then they both play at the same time, doing their effects. And this game is a complete love project by the devs, which we'll actually get into a little bit later, just with my closing thoughts and my feelings on the game as well. First, we're going to do a rundown of the game flow, the interface, and everything else that comes with it. So what you actually see on the screen right now is the main menu of the screen. So this is after you've logged in, after you've created your account. So everything like that. You can see you can buy your packs here. That's with the in-game points. You can play games. There's a deck builder, leaderboard, market. The social media for the game is right here. So the Discord, the Twitter. Here's your in-game settings. So sound effects, background music. We're actually going to lower that for the purpose of this video a little bit here. Those were actually just recently added as we speak. You got the tutorial, what is Fatal Core, everything going on down here, which we'll actually speak about a little bit more. I'll show you a bunch of things about the card details and everything as well. But that you can look there. And then you have this that just tells you that it's a work in progress, as this is an open beta of the game. You have the credits for the game and the support us, which takes you to the Patreon of the game. So what we're going to do from here is I'm actually going to go ahead and show you the buy packs area. So you can buy the Enigma pack or the Paradox pack. Those are with your PF. So I have 595, as you can see. I'll open one just to show you. So you click on it, it opens up, and out of this chest we're going to get some cards. So we open it, and we got 5 different cards. So I'll show you more about those cards actually right now. So I'm going to show you what the deck builder is. So you see I have 4 decks created already. What I'll explain to you is these are the leads for your deck. The leads change your board, and they're essentially like the hero classes in Hearthstone, where they'll also determine what cards you can use. I'll open a new deck here just so I can show you the leads. So we have Joanne, Jetto, Prisoner 218, Hush, Kahar, and Meldeva. So what you see actually right here are, this is what your board will look like. These are bonuses on each space of the board. So for example, the top left corner of my board will have a +2, -2, so +2 power or attack, and -2 HP or health, which is also displayed on the card. Each of the leads have different boards they'll play. There are also cards that will affect your board and change those as well. So like you see, Kahar has Rage 1, which Rage 1 actually means it will gain 1 power and lose 1 health every turn in that spot. This one has Life in the bottom right corner as well, which means the player will gain 1 life if you have an active creature on that spot. So I'll go ahead and open up. It doesn't really matter which lead I open up because I'm just going to show you the card here. So you open up and you actually have your deck slot on the right. So these are all the cards you can put into your deck. 3 S cards, 4 A cards, 5 B cards, and 6 C cards. Those are indicated in the top right of your corner of your card, which show if it's a C, B, A, or S, S being the most powerful and most specific cards, all the way down to C being the most they're not necessarily less powerful, but they're more general and more neutral. So they'll be more fitting in most decks. Like some of them will be your corpse removal, which I'll explain a little bit more when we get into a gameplay preview. Some of them will be just general cards. Some of them will actually set up your deck as well, more into the B and A tier. So we're going to actually click the info of a card here so I can show you a little bit more. So we're looking at Patron of the Arts. And so you can see he has an end of turn effect that deal 3 damage to opposing player if they control 4 or more creatures. His power is 2, his health is 4, and he's a neutral card, meaning he can be played in any of the decks. You can also see that he is a C card. When you do the info on these decks, you typically will see, or not on these decks, on these cards, you will typically see their effects explained to the right. So let's see, I'll find another one that we can get an explanation for. So Zankuja Warrior, he has slow 4 and resolve 1. He's also a neutral card, as you can see. So slow X, X being the number 4 for this card, shows that he can only be played on turn 4, for example, and resolve means he will gain 1 health at the end of every turn. So that's the basic rundown of these cards. You have a couple other abilities like Mana Magnet, which is it'll cancel a spell or a creature that another person plays as long as you have that on the field first, and then it takes them both off the field. You have things like that in the game. So we're going to actually go ahead and play a quick bot match so I can show you the in-game interface. So the bot matches are probably your best bet currently, just because unless you go into Discord, there's not a lot of people in matchmaking, as this is an open beta game and hasn't really been advertised fully yet, which there is plans for that in the future. So we'll go ahead and click Kahar, and I'm going to do an easy bot match just to give a little rundown here. So you click your deck once you go in. This screen will pop up first when you first get into the matches, alright? So you have the option to mulligan as in any other card game. So you shuffle your hand back into your deck, and that hand will come back to you 1 card short and new cards in hand. You also need to hide 2 cards, so your whole hand is visible to your opponent except for the 2 cards you hide. So you would want to hide your most powerful or your bombs or something like that. Being a bot, it doesn't really matter too much what we hide, but I'll click those 2 cards, my Emerge and my Assemble, and go ahead and hide. So coming into the in-game interface, you see your opponent on the right, their deck as well, and their 2 hidden cards. So you see that all going on right here. The health point for the bot is 50 since we're playing on easy, and you have the option to skip your turn, to forfeit the game, or to play your card. So you can see that we have the different space modifiers on each side of the field. For each slot you can play a card. So I'm going to go ahead and play a card. We're going to play my Assemble, which will give us Defiant Spirits in each row, or each space on the certain row. Play it on the top row, so I'll click the top row, and it'll show me which spaces are targeted. So I'll go ahead and target, and you can see he played a card as well with a Resolve. So this is going to clear up and play, so I get those 3 spirits, and now they're going to attack face. Creatures will always attack face unless they have Hunt, which means they will kill another creature. So we drew a card. It's going to give us the option to show or hide. You can hide 1 card for each game. Each game goes to turn 11. At that point, the person with the least health loses, or you win before when they run out of health. So I'll click hide just to show that, and it'll hide the card, and we'll go ahead and play another card here. So slow 3 means we can't play this since it's turn 2. We're actually going to go ahead and play this card on him, and it has a redraw, so we have to actually shuffle a card back into our deck in order to play it, and we'll get a redraw for that. So we play it. His also got played. He played it on a Rage 5, or it played it on a slot, and it turned the slot into Rage 5 because of its ability Rage 5. So it's a field modifier as well. So again, that Rage 5 means it'll gain 5 attack and lose 5 health. So we've played, we've hit face, it's turn 3 now. So we can actually go ahead and play our Emerge, and that's going to target all empty spaces on our board and play more spirits. So we're doing that now. Cards will resolve, abilities resolve, and then face damage is done. So now you can just keep playing. We're going to give another creature, or actually we're going to use Prophecy, which will give us 12 health. We shuffle 3 cards back into our deck for that. So we'll go ahead and do that. Cards resolve. abilities resolve, and face damage is done. So now we have what's called a corpse on our field. When a creature dies, it leaves a corpse unless specified otherwise. That corpse can only be cleared by cards that specify corpse removal. So let's see if we have any corpse removal in our deck. We currently do not. So that's actually bad, but what we're going to do is we're going to give our creatures a buff, which should deal enough face damage to finish the game. Cards resolve, abilities resolve. And we actually lose this because we have more negative health than the opponent. And this was just, I was playing the game to show everything off. So, I mean, it's an easy bot. They still play really well. The bots in this game play very, very well. You still earn your points for packs in these games as well. And they're very, very helpful. So my feelings on this game, I love this game. This game feels fantastic to play. Cards feel responsive. The design is beautiful. The art is fantastic. It needs more of a community behind it, which will come with advertisement time and getting the word out there. It's super enjoyable, super fast paced. As you can see, that game went by very quickly, unlike some games of Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone can go on forever, just depending on how long you play. Most games I played take between 5 and 10 minutes. They can take a little bit longer if your opponent takes longer to play. The concept itself is super familiar, but also very new. Just the instantaneous way it plays, the quick thoughts, the leads are very nice, almost like a commander in Magic, except you don't physically play them on the board. It's definitely very, very enjoyable. My closing thoughts on this game so far, which aren't very much closing thoughts, is more of my thoughts currently. The game has a ton of potential. With a bigger community and more people going after the game and playing it, it's going to take off. The in-browser part is going to make it easy for people to access. It's still super beautiful, super fun to play. The art is amazing. The devs are actually doing backstory through comics with it as well. It's just wonderful. They're only taking money through their Patreon currently, and they are super, super passionate about it. The community may be small right now, but they are also very passionate about it, very strong and beautiful people they love this game. They have community nights. They have a very active Discord. Everything is so fantastic about this game that it truly has the potential to be one of the best card games out there if everybody just can give it a chance, can take the time to get in the game, play it at fatalcoretcg.com, sign up for free, play it, enjoy it, learn it. It's definitely something that'll take you a minute to pick up because it is very unique in that aspect, but once you pick it up, it snaps with you and it feels good. That is my main thing about this game that I love, is it feels good. You don't really get the satisfaction in Magic unless you play a bomb, but in this game, anything you play feels good as long as it runs with your deck, which you learn through your theory crafting, through talking to others in the community, and if you don't care about the theory crafting, it's picking up deck lists, which you can already import into the game, which is a huge feature in my opinion. It took some major card games a very long time to add an import deck feature that simply you paste the code in there and you can import the deck as long as you have the cards. Otherwise, I love this game. I love the community. I look forward to creating content in this community. I look forward to streaming this game, and I look forward to seeing where it goes. And obviously, if you try it and you don't like it, I apologize for you, but I am a huge advocate for this game, and I think everybody that enjoys a good card game will like this. So, as my ending statement, I really do believe that you guys should go ahead and give this game a try again at fatalcoretcg.com. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you all have a great